Antigua and Barbuda hosted the 43rd edition of the Caribbean Travel Marketplace from May 18th to 22nd, 2025, the flagship event organized by the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, CHTA. Parliamentary Secretary for the Tourism Ministry, Senator Guibion Ferdinand, shared some of the concerns raised during discussions. One of the prominent issues on the agenda was regional travel, which continues to pose challenges for the region.
As you would know, moving between the islands can be very frustrating in terms of the costing, and we have explored some other options. In fact, we have to charter a flight to Antigua on Sunrise Airways. And of course, since the departure of Liat or the changes in Liat with Liat, there still remains some regional travel challenges.
Despite these hurdles, Ferdinand reported receiving positive feedback about St. Lucia's participation in Antigua. He described the experience as a three-day event during which each country's delegation of service providers engaged in various presentations. Ferdinand noted that the response to St. Lucia's team was phenomenal.
I think you might want to say we starred in this event not just because of the presentations, but because of how the various countries in the region related to the way we sell and market our tourism products. I can tell you for sure that during the press brief, we had the CEO of SLTA, as well as the head of marketing, and of course the communications persons. All of them gave some insights, and it was well received.
He mentioned that the international press posed some very interesting questions, particularly about two key areas where St. Lucia has made significant strides compared to other Caribbean nations: sustainable tourism and community tourism. While Ferdinand emphasized that this is not a competition, he highlighted that these areas reflect the government's strategic direction.
I'm sure that you would have known that we recently passed the TDA, the Tourism Development Act, and that is really something that a number of the countries in the region are very curious about. They did have a lot of questions for me on that. They want to, to find out how it works, how it works with the incentives as well as investments in tourism. I think that is a very progressive piece of work that we've done, and we're very proud of that as St. Lucia. You have countries like Jamaica and Barbados who are trying to, to pick up on it.
The parliamentary secretary also noted that the current dynamics between the United States and Canada open up numerous opportunities for St. Lucia. With Canadian tourists seeking new destinations and experiences, St. Lucia is well positioned to attract more visitors from the North American market. Kayla Edwin, MBC Prime.